Hello everyone, my name is Sebastian, aka Train but you can call me Train Boy. In today's video, I'll be stepping away from Thomas for a bit, and I'll be talking about steam engines. Steam engines are fantastic. They're one of the first of many transportations ever created. For many years, these were the only transportations, until cars, airplanes, and boats came in. Trains are awesome, especially steam engines. Steam engines are such a charm, man. Like, they make some awesome sounds, like the steaming they made, the chopping, just so awesome. And their designs are mwah. So it's no shock that I always wanted to be a railway, or have a railway or engine. And ever since I started watching Thomas, I always wanted a steam engine, and it still holds true to this day. But on January 4th of 2022, something happened. We were doing this series called the Old San Juan, which is the old version of San Juan here in Puerto Rico. We were just buying some ice cream from a fancy new shop that just opened. By the way, the ice cream was good. And the road we usually take when we leave that place was closed. So we go down a different road. In this case, I am not watching my phone because what my parents say, I'm always on my phone and stuff. But I was not looking on my phone or Twitter or YouTube. I was just looking. So it was a new route and I haven't seen it. And I'm just looking through here, and then this green building appears, and there's like a little door open. But out of that little door, I see a shape of a steam engine. Not a train, a steam engine specifically. And I'm like in shock. I'm like, was that a train? I immediately tell my parents about it. At first, they were like, there's no way. It's impossible to find trains because where I live, there are not too many trains over here. Only electric railway museums with them. Besides that, we took another turn. And when we stopped, we saw it. We saw the engine itself. The owner came and said, we sold the building. And he thought we were trying to buy the building. But then we were like, no, we were just came here to look the train. He said, oh, isn't it marvelous? And we were like, indeed. But since we were on the road, there were some cars behind us. So we did another loop. My mom stayed to drive, but me, my dad, and my brother came off and saw the train up close. And you should be seeing pictures of the engine when we first saw it up close. The owner told us that he had this engine for almost 20 years. He got it out of Chile and had delivery by boat over here. It had cost him around 5,000 US dollars, which is insane, but I mean, it's a steam engine. What could you expect? For many years, he had it as a display for his antique store. But sadly, he became too old and had to stop doing business. So he sold the building and he only had a few tables and the engine to sell. So we exchanged four numbers, and on January 6th, which for us Latinos is like a second Christmas, my parents surprised me with the engine. My dad had apparently bought it in secret, and I was in total shock. And the owner was kind enough and gave me 2 free books, which both were about steam engines, and they're quite rare, considering that one of them is over 100 years old. That being this one, which is from 1916, over 106 years old, which is insane. And the other one, I think 60 years old, I think, or 62, something like that it is. And I was in total shock. When we were coming home, I showed it to my grandpa, because my grandfather is like me, a nerd of trains. We both love trains. Like whenever we're talking and stuff, we always talk about trains in some way or another. And when we brought it to show him, because I wanted to show him, he was lost for words. He couldn't believe what he was seeing, an actual steam engine. And pretty much after that, we brought it home, as you can see by these pictures, and we finally put it on land. And the engine arrived home. After that, me and my dad thought for a name of it, because we didn't want to call it an engine. Well, it's, what it is, it's a steam engine. We didn't want to call it that. So we decided on a name. And now we present you Miracle the Steam Engine. We came up with the name Miracle because over here where I live, it's rare to see toys or even steam engines in general. Steam engines here were gone by the 50s There were still some like the 70s and 60s, but they were all scrapped. And there are very few steam engines alive as display or, cosmetically restored. So the fact that I was able to find a miniature gauge steam engine just alone was insane. The fact that I saw it through the small door when I was not paying attention to my phone on that road that you never go, and the owner was selling it was kind of a miracle. So we decided on the name Miracle, and I quite like it. Of course, I'm knowing myself, I posted a tweet about it, and holy moly did it get a lot of attention. A lot of people came in and asked if it was a real life steam engine, decoration, and all this stuff. Some people were thinking it was probably not real, by Pure Sam, Funnel, and many others. But trust me, this is a real steam engine. How do we know? First things first, it has a boiler pressure for the heat. It has a firebox, and when me and Dad checked, there were still little pieces of coal there, which is honestly quite funny. We also saw that it had a brass tube for the whistle. Yes, it has a whistle, although it doesn't have it. I lost it at some point, but I don't know when. It also has a lot of mechanisms inside it. The funnel has like some smoke burns and rust, but we can definitely see those smoke burns. And honestly, I can pretty much easily say 100% true, it is a real steam engine. Honestly, I don't know how to say. I was very lucky to find this because the chances of me finding this is insane. And, I just really want to thank my parents and, of course, the Lord for giving me this because, without my parents, I wouldn't be able to have this because they're the ones who bought it for me as a surprise. And it wouldn't be without the Lord, too, because the Lord helps us a lot with a bunch of things, of course. And I really want to thank Him, too. Honestly, it's just a complete shock that I found a live miniature gauge steam engine, which is just insane. So now, for me, in my case, a lot of people, whenever they heard I like trains, they always ask me, hey, do you have an actual train? And now I can say that I do, which is insane. For those wondering, yes, me and my dad do plan to restore it, cosmetically and internally, so it could once run us again. And now to answer a few of your questions. First question, what gauge is it? Well, gauge is 11 inch, which is a strange gauge for this engine, but I mean, not surprised. I mean, it's a miniature gauge engine. Second question, what year is it from? I actually discovered this very recently, and I found out the Miracle is exactly 95 years old. In 2027, Miracle will turn 100 years old, which is insane. And third and final question, do you plan on getting coaches or anything like that? I do plan with my dad getting express coaches, and I'm not even joking. We plan on putting on those sites of coaches, Miracle Express, because it's the coaches of Miracle, so it's kind of funny, Miracle Express. But I know there's a lot more questions, but I can't answer all of them here. But if you have a question, you can comment down here or tweet me at Twitter. My Twitter is @Shenbo332. So go ahead, follow me, and shoot me with a question. Besides that, that is the history of how I got Miracle and the questions and answers for many questions. Again, if you need a question to be answered, tell me right away. I'll be happy to answer. Thank you all so much for the support of Miracle. I honestly wasn't expecting so much response and good hope from everyone. I genuinely appreciate every single one of you, and I like how many people are excited to see it fully restored and running. It's very amazing to me that the fandom is very excited to see it. I myself am too. So generally, thank you all so much. And with that out of the way, thank you all for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next station with Miracle. Bye bye everyone.